League scheduling flight schema setup. We schedule based on accepted teams. As an example, boys under 11 has 12 accepted applications. Based on this, we can begin our flight schema setup. First, click on Flight Schemas, and then sub-choice Bracket Play. Here we're going to see any flights associated with the age groups, flights created under Tournament Config. If I choose Boys Under 11, Division 1, it tells me in the Boys Under 11 age group I have 12 accepted teams. In a league setup, typically we're going to do one bracket with the total number of teams in the schedule. So if I choose one bracket with 10 teams, 0 teams will be auto-advancing from this league, and I click Create Bracketing, it's going to show me all 12 teams. Now I've got several options here. I can tell the system to rank all unranked teams, and it will automatically assign ranking to the first teams, or I can manually choose the teams I want to use. If I click Update Ranking, it assigns the ranking to the teams. Here I have 10 ranked teams. Bracket Play will create the groups and the teams. At this point, I click on Flight Schemas Play Levels, and I'll see my newly created flight. If I click on my flight, I see I've created one group with 10 teams. On this page, we want to define our start time interval, playtime length, halftime length, and intergame interval. The start time interval, how often do the games start? If games are starting on the hour, we'll put in 60 minutes. The playtime length is typically how long they're on the field, and the halftime length is the halftime length and the playtime length typically will create the start time interval. The intergame interval, how long before the same team can be scheduled to play another game. If I put in 700 minutes, that will usually push it off so there's only one game per day. If they're only playing one game per day, I'll put in one game per week. Additionally, I don't have to, but I can choose the days of the week we're going to schedule on for this flight. Click Save, and now I'm going to define my templates. I have my one group with my 10 teams that I created in my bracket play. I can adjust these teams by clicking on the teams, and I'll see any drop down. I'll see all teams accepted for this age group in this drop down. If I need to change the team, I can select another team and click Save. At this point, I want to create my games. So here I have 10 teams. I want to define a template, so I click on Bracket Games Templates. Here I'll see any previously created templates. As an example, I have 10 teams playing 9 games. If I select this template, I can view it to see how this template looks. Here I see 10 teams playing 5 home and 4 away, depending on the team, for a total of 9 games total. If I want to use this template and I want to use a 9-game season for my league, I can say used by all age groups. That way, anytime I have 10 teams, I can use that template to create my games. If a template isn't available, you can create your own templates. Here's how you create a template. Number of teams in a group. You say how many teams are going to be in the group. The algorithm will typically be left at round robin. Number of games of repetition. How many times is each team going to play each other? Give the template a name. 10 team test. I click Create. And I can view my template that I created. Here we have a total of 9 games for each team. If I want this to be an 8-game season, I can delete the 9th week from the template, click Save, now I can review my template, and I can see all teams are playing a total of 8 games. Here it's not balanced. You can further refine the template by balancing the template. Team 10 has 5 home games, so I could flip this with Team 4. So if I find Team 10 versus Team 4, I can flip that. And adjust my template. Once your templates are in place, you can reuse these season over season, flight over flight. Once you have your template to your liking, you click Use by all age groups, back to rounds. Now when you click on Games and you click Automatically Create Games, you've told the system how to create the games based on the template that you've defined. Back to rounds. Now I've got my one group, my 10 teams, for a total of 40 games. At this point, we're going to set up our fields and our field availability.